to offTopik. I'm Tanya.
I'm Kim, and today we are having a SisterHood brunch edition. So we want to just welcome our fellow SisterHood members. So you want to start off?
I'm Jessica. I'm Barbara.
I'm Tammy.
Yay!
She did that cute. You did that cute.
Yeah, really cute.
You're like, I'm Jessica. I'm Barbara. She's like, I'm
Tammy.
Okay, she's done this before.
I have.
So honestly, so let's be honest.
Yeah.
Right. I was concerned about some of the
bring that up.
questions. I suck at getting this out of my face. I was concerned about some of the questions that we had to address today. I
You
wasn't
should be.
sure how deep we can get, but this is the first of many, right?
Yes.
With our sisterhood, women in Christ, because I feel there's so much we need to know,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
we have to get deeper. So I was a little concerned. So I said, Kim, go find some good questions in the
Yes.
God is Dope game.
Yes. The God is Dope game has some really, really good questions. So
Mhm.
I just got a few that I feel like this group can either relate or I want to hear what you guys have to say about it. So,
And feel free to go off topic.
yes,
if that's not your
because
thing.
that is what we are.
I
Right?
mean, I'm concerned.
Put up both.
You've seen the questions. We haven't. So.
Actually, she did not see
I
the
did
questions so
not.
much. I think
did.
Barbara, you
Yes,
did.
I
Yeah,
saw
you saw some of them.
Okay.
So,
Cheater. What is that? CPT test?
yeah, it is something
Cheater
like that. So I'm gonna start off with a PG type of, question. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. Should you have a dress code at church service?
Yes.
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 Wow.
You know, actually,
Wait, go ahead. Put the mic near your face. Put the mic near your face, please. So I make sure I hear you.
Go
Turn
like
it
this.
around. You can
Go like
actually
this
grab
when
it
you
off.
go.
with
Yeah.
last week being Easter,
Oh,
I
I see what she
had
said.
a blazer, right? It was a cute little blazer situation happening.
I saw your pictures.
Thanks, Bull. And so I had this little crop top under it because I knew I was wearing a blazer.
Yeah.
It's Florida, so it's hot, you know. And my husband, I come out the room, I didn't have the blazer on yet because that's like, you put that on when you're about to walk into church.
Right.
You don't
We
need
live in
no
Florida.
wrinkles.
Mhm.
You don't need no sweat.
And the tacos too in the
Yeah.
car.
All the things.
Soon as I
So
walk in
you
there.
gotta get dressed like in stages here.
Yes, you do.
Absolutely.
So I had the crop
Facts.
top and the shorts, and I was gonna put the blazer on when I got to church.
Okay.
And I walk out the room, and my husband's like, "You in church like that?"
Ooh.
I said, "What's wrong with it?" He's like, "Well, that shirt's a little bit short, babe." I said, "Jesus was naked."
For real. Right.
He didn't have
Please
nothing
hold.
else to say.
Please hold.
I mean, we shouldn't be
No,
at
I
church
agree.
naked.
I agree.
Okay?
Right.
No.
I agree.
But
Ish.
I
Don't
got
talk
my
about
clothes
this.
fine.
Right.
You look fine. You look fine.
No,
look
you
great.
look cute.
Yeah.
She didn't just look fine. Listen, we talked about this in one of our podcasts because I prayed about it after for forgiveness, but then I was like, why? I didn't do anything. So someone rolled up into church with a dress this big, and it was sequins. Her heels were this high.
I mean,
And her dress was that big. And I was like, I didn't realize my mouth. And I was like, she just got from the club?
And I said, she came to hear Jesus'
And
word.
she
Do
did.
not judge her,
And
okay?
I love that. Sometimes she could shepherd me in those moments. Sometimes, because you shepherd me more.
Normally it's my face. I gotta be like,
And I was like, but the thing is this, even if she did come from the club, we have to welcome her. I get that.
yeah.
But for me, you have to exercise some type of
modesty.
common sense, modesty.
Yeah.
Of, okay, I'm going into church now. Yes, God's gonna love me and Jesus is gonna love me however I walk in, but out of respect for him, not for others, but respect for him,
Yeah.
let me not be so.
So do you agree,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, because I've gone to church, with like my ripped jeans, right? Like, I feel like that's okay, but I was actually judged.
Pastor,
By somebody.
is tight behind jeans.
Good-
He can't
good
put
night,
any
good
jeans.
night. Jesus wasn't ripped.
Like, with rags.
Towels and rags.
Right.
It's,
So
it's about your heart, right? Like
Yeah.
you have to be
It
right.
is. Your heart posture is important.
Right, and,
It is
and
very-
Pastor West says something very important to his daughters specifically that I hope to carry on into my daughter. He says, "Modest is hottest,"
Mm-hmm.
and I think that is so
I
key
do love that.
because you have to leave leave something to the imagination. That's a whole separate topic.
Right.
Off topic.
Right.
I guess. Right.
We'll go
But-
probably there.
Yeah. That's our next topic.
But
Right.
you have to you have to have some modesty.
Yeah.
And so,
But some people can argue that. So I'm gonna play the devil's advocate. Some people can say, why? If Jesus is gonna love me no matter what, why should I? And I read up on modesty in the Bible, and I said, and it did talk about modesty shows the strength of a woman, because modesty shows your heart and your skill and your ability versus all those other things that you're showing first. So it's what you show first, right?
Gotcha.
And if I'm showing you my boobs first, you're paying attention to my boobs first. If I'm showing you that I'm loud and rambunctious first, that's what you're going to respond to. And so with modesty, according to the Bible, those are the things that you want a woman to be modest, not necessarily quiet, modest.
Yeah, because I don't know how to be quiet.
Me neither.
In fact,
Yeah.
so
Wow. With all that being said, what if it's somebody who didn't grow up in the church and that's the only dress she had that she felt was suitable for church?
Right.
Because she thought that was an appropriate outfit.
or the only outfit. That's
Right.
what she
Right.
said.
So,
the only
what if
outfit.
that's the only outfit she
Right.
had? Because that's what she would wear if
True.
she was going elsewhere to dress up.
Yep.
So
That's true.
It just has sequins, though. Sequins
But
is
again,
different.
you,
It
we
looked
don't-
like,
we don't
it
know
looked
what's
like
in
she
her closet.
intentionally dressed up.
No, I got you, but I'm just saying, like, we have been in the church long enough to know what's acceptable and what's not.
Yeah.
But if it's somebody who's just coming to church,
Right.
do they have that knowledge of
Right.
this isn't what I should be
Right.
presenting?
Facts, because common sense is relative.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
And with it, it's about your heart posture. Is her intention behind wearing the dress to draw attention to herself? Or is it really just whatever she had?
I
for
don't
the
want to look
moment?
like I'm in rags coming to church.
Right.
Right.
Especially on Easter Sunday.
You know, the thing is that she wasn't alone.
I didn't see her. So
No,
I
no,
don't
I
know.
know. This was a
She
few
was-
years ago, actually.
She was with
So-
her siblings and her parents.
Right.
Okay.
So I feel like, you know, it goes even like right now. Like if I were to wear something that I have, right, and you know, like it's not appropriate or it's see-through or it's a little bit too much, it's too flashy. Like I would hope my friends would hold me
Correct.
accountable and be like, that's not it.
yeah.
Like a little bit like your husband, you know, like, hey, that's not. You sure? You know what I mean? Like,
Don't doubt me.
don't doubt me.
But
you
in
know,
other instances, you do question. You're like, okay, maybe I should take another look at myself.
Yeah.
I knew I was fine because I was gonna put something else on. So I was like, I'm fine. I know I'm fine.
Right.
You know, but
it was down.
if it was something else, I was like, if it was another day or a different outfit, I would have been like, oh, maybe I should go take another look.
Yeah.
But real quick, let me insert. Can we just bring back ladies wearing slips under dresses? Like,
Okay.
if you're in church, especially if you're going to be on the altar or on the stage or whatever you want to call it,
Oh,
or if
wow.
you're going to be serving, if you're going to be like the sunshine guys, like I'm not trying to age myself, but if you're wearing a dress, please wear a slip because you can see through it.
So I don't. Okay,
I'm with that. You know, I'm with that. I know
I'm
you're
sorry.
not.
I'm not because that's a lot of ladies.
And then put pants on.
I'll do that. I wear
Yeah.
shorts under my dresses.
Me too.
You wear a
Yes,
skirt? You
put
wear a
pants
skirt?
on.
I wear bicycle
No.
pants.
I wear shorts.
Bicycle shorts. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I wear bicycle shorts for the friction because my legs
yeah.
are big
I mean, yes.
and I don't want the
I
friction.
put deodorant.
I'm like, ugh. Or I have to like, if I want air real quick and then I go like this, and I go, ah.
But like for me, like I don't wear a lot of skirts anyway, you know. But
That's not relevant.
Right. So it's like when I wear it, it's like I'm not gonna put an extra slit. You know what I mean? Like on my pencil skirt. You know. However,
But if it's see through,
Yeah.
well, I don't wear. Unfortunately, my spandex on many dresses come with an
No, but I'm
extra.
saying,
Yeah.
I understand what she's saying. Like, if it's see through, absolutely.
Absolutely, but I
Yeah.
don't wear those type
I
of
was gonna say,
like clothes.
I don't
No.
have those
I'm
kinds
just
of
saying
clothes
there are
anymore.
certain things that we should be teaching our
young ladies.
young ladies
Absolutely,
to look at in the mirror.
absolutely. So I agree. So I'm agreeing with everybody right now. Wear slip
So far.
if you have like a
Slip.
skirt.
Slip.
Yeah, whatever. That thing.
Not a slit, it's a slit, and then a slip.
Right.
Two different things.
And
All right. Yeah, that. Wear the slip
Thank you.
under the skirt.
Let's, you know,
And we'll be fine. Okay. All right. So
we do this all the time. We do. No, and it is difficult because, like she said, they don't think about stuff like that.
No.
And if you don't have a village to say,
Right.
hey, what do you,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, you don't know.
Right.
Now, that's not to control identity. That's not
No,
to
no, no.
control personality and fashion. you're going to church, it should at least be modest. Listen, we're in a church where we're very comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can wear
All of us.
jeans
You
and
can wear
sneakers.
Crocs.
Huh?
You can wear Crocs.
I can wear Crocs.
Mhm.
I wear
Don't
Crocs
knock
all
the
the
Crocs.
I'm not
Right
going
here.
to.
All right?
I'm
Don't
not
knock
going
the
to.
Crocs.
Listen,
Because they're comfortable, okay? Especially if you're just going to church and
Yeah.
to brunch.
No, I know.
Okay?
It is
Like,
true.
It's great.
it is true, and it is awesome that we can be laxed,
Yes.
but lax should not pass. I don't know the point of just not being respectful. I don't know.
Right.
I it was weird for me to. I didn't grow up in church at all. I went one time to the Brooklyn Tabernacle. Shout out to the Brooklyn Tabernacle if you're watching. But I never grew up in church.
You wanted to be one of the
But I grew up
144.
with that lady in there who's my mother. And my mom, even when we went places and I had a bathing suit before kids, how it was cute.
You're still cute. You're still cute.
And she goes, you're wearing a t-shirt over that.
Ooh.
So I would get in the ocean or in the pool with a t-shirt over my one-piece bathing suit.
Yeah.
So you had like the t-shirt mark tan?
If you can wear a t-shirt for your bathing suit, you can wear a slip under your skirt.
We bring it back.
I agree with you. Why are you giving me the look though? You need to do that. I feel like, ooh,
That was to you. That was,
yeah.
yeah.
That's what they're like, I wear a slip. A slit. I go, sis, slip. You're like, I find you. No, but in all seriousness, like it there's a fine line,
There is.
right? Because you think you're cute and then you could be cute and just not appropriate.
I didn't grow up in the church. My parents, I don't even know if they're safe now, but I went to a private Catholic school. So they were very strict on what we could and couldn't wear.
Mhm.
So it was even an adjustment for me going to a church where I could wear jeans and a t-shirt. I mean, I love it because that's my comfort zone.
Me too.
But
I'd rather wear
That-
sweatpants.
to church?
If we could, we would.
All the time.
Yeah.
But when I would go to the Catholic mass with my friends when I stayed at their house or whatever, like it had to be, you had to have them little Mary Jane shoes and the dress.
The Mary Jane shoes are cute.
They are cute.
With some ruffles, huh?
Mm-hmm.
With a
Yes.
skirt.
With a skirt. With no
And a slit.
slit.
And a slit. And a slit. Okay.
But that's what we had to wear to Catholic mass. So that concept of modesty was instilled in me at a very young age.
Right.
So then coming
So
to church and seeing it, I know that there's people that didn't have that upbringing, so I'm able to be like, okay, maybe they just don't know better.
Right.
But I definitely, I mean, on Easter Sunday, I had on a dress that, not necessarily spaghetti straps, but I felt they weren't wide enough
Okay.
and had all the
That's
tattoos
because
on.
you're a teacher. You're like, does it fit the three fingers?
Correct. Correct. If I can't wear this to work, then I can't wear it.
Nope. We're gonna put a
That's
different
how it
shirt
is though, because even
Yeah.
when you were sick, I remember my mom telling me, like, if you're too sick to go to school, then you're too sick to go out with your friends. Or you're
Yeah,
too
correct.
sick to go to church or
Yeah,
whatever.
correct.
Because, you know, I loved going to church. So I was like, well, I'm just not going to go to school today because my throat hurts. But then I'm going to go to youth group. And mom was like, if you don't feel good to go to school, you ain't going to youth group.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. I
So
know.
if I won't wear it to school, I'm not wearing it to church. So I put a shirt over top of the thing.
I thought you
It was cute.
Thank you.
I
I
love
love
you.
you.
Let's go get the show.
But I think that's how I feel sometimes because you know I have a butt sometimes. You know, so I want to wear a dress and I'm like, oh, I can't wear that to church because I do not need nobody looking at me different. You know what I mean? Like I think about that. I'm
Yeah.
subconscious of like, you know, I would wear that to like maybe dinner. You know, like
So
it's different.
If we would have went to brunch after Easter, I would take the shirt off over top to brunch, but I'm not wearing the spaghetti strap dress to
Yeah, I get you. Probably, yeah.
That's too
probably
many-
the
too
same
much.
thing.
tattoos. Oh, Barbara needs the microphone to speak.
Yeah,
No,
to speak.
I said when you guys speak.
You guys had to switch it over back and forth.
Or leave it.
She
Okay.
said, okay.
So,
All right.
Next question.
what's the
Next question.
Well, hold on. So let's just say it's okay to come to church how you feel comfortable,
Yes.
but let's just try to exercise a little bit of modesty.
The point is, come to church.
Come,
Yes.
And I think that's our
Come as you
pastor's
are.
mission. Our pastor's mission is whatever it
Yes.
takes,
All
short
people,
of sin,
all places.
to bring them in and love on them. And I agree with that. So
I'm gonna ask you guys a question.
Oh,
You already chuckling.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
You.
I
Walked in,
just
she's
wanna-
like, I got a question for
But
you.
you know, and while she searches for the cards, she did bring up a good point. I think that a lot of people that faith, they didn't have a lot of faith in their life, right? And also economically challenged, they grow up with a certain mindset, and then when they get to a different level of, or just a different environment, they don't know how to respond.
Yeah.
They don't know how to respond. And so that also goes with church, that goes with jobs, that goes with school. That's like taking a child that's, economically challenged and then putting them in a private school.
Yeah.
I went to DP when I got here. I went to Doug Phillips, and that was Gucci High. And it was like, wait, what? That's how I know some of the DJs. I'm not going to shout them out right now because we grew up in Doug Phillips, right?
Yeah.
But then I was like, I came from Brooklyn. I'm like, wait, y'all what? You got an elevator in your school? Okay.
Yeah.
You got a BMW. What? And it was just very different. It was very, very different. So
I went from private Catholic school to, I grew up in Maryland, in between Baltimore and DC. So
That's rough. That's rough. I know that's a rough spot.
But my high school was like Evans.
Ooh.
So I went from private
Nothing
school.
wrong with Evans. I'm
No,
just saying.
no, no.
I
We just
went
know it's
from
in the
private
hood.
school to Evans. So it was a big adjustment for me in the
That
opposite
explains
direction.
so much.
It does, doesn't it?
It doesn't.
I'm sorry.
Reintroduce myself.
You got
My
this.
name is-
You got
no.
this. All right. No, too soon. She's like, you went to
Home is
Evans.
Jehovah.
Are we really doing that right now?
Where you be at sometimes.
really doing that? Over
Like-
the edge. Over.
I was
sometimes like,
trying to tie it together. Wow.
yeah, I was lost. I just want.
That's who
I know who he is.
But
Jay-Z.
okay.
I mean,
Alright.
he's not Hove,
Right.
obviously.
He's not
But-
saying he's Jehovah, right? That's what
I
he's trying
think
to say.
that's what he's saying. Just like
Yeah,
Easy
J-Ho.
is
J-Ho.
I'm making it
So,
sound like
SOS.
I had some people at my job, right? They asked me a question, and I was like doing this, and I was like, when I do that, that means SOS. Like I need help. I need assistance. That means like somebody tagged me, and they cracked up so bad. They were like,
You're welcome.
"You need help." I'm like,
You're like,
no,
I know.
I know, it's fine. All right, cool. Do you guys feel now that COVID is over, right? I mean, is it? But whatever.
This is like an RSV or COVID.
I don't know. It's like an RSVP, a selective only for COVID. I don't know what's going on. All
I
right.
know we laugh. We're not trying to be insensitive to those
Yes,
that have passed
no,
away.
of
and
No,
are impacted by COVID.
I'm just talking about right now.
The screamer out there.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, don't forget
Like
that.
there have been many
Don't
families
flag it to
impacted
DMs
by
like
COVID, RSV, all the letters. I get it. Just sorry.
He thought it was like the YMCA. Like what? COVID,
Because you're like,
COVID.
it's RSV. No, RSV is an actual disease.
Wow.
Like, okay, I'm sorry.
Oh my God, the sun. Hold on. Okay. Focus. I gotta focus. Oh my God, I gotta focus. I was gonna ask this question. Sure. Okay. Should people go to church, or is online an equal substitute?
I think that's relative.
So, coming from somebody who watched church online for 10 years before I started going to Hope, it's not the same.
Correct.
It's
I
not the
agree
same.
to that, but
I
some
agree.
people
I mean,
like my husband, who
yeah.
doesn't like big crowds. So he'll watch online because he
Yeah.
doesn't like that whole shake the hand and tell them they look good. And he's like, don't
But-
touch me, you know?
But does
So-
he still go to events and get involved in other ways?
Shout out to my brother. My brother over there.
No, but I'm asking because I didn't meet him here.
Right.
I met him at church.
Right.
Wow.
So he actually will go to the church. He might not go to service all the time, but
Right.
he goes to stuff at the church and interacts. Well,
You said he's not a fake. He's not a fake
How
Christian.
he gets
We'll go
there
into
is
another-
irrelevant, that he is present.
He's like,
present.
oh, I gotta go. Yes.
Yeah.
no, because I have a little one at home. My baby don't understand mommy's watching church on TV. It's a TV, mommy.
Right.
You can pause it.
I agree.
Yeah. It's just
And
like
they
when
do
you're
cool
on
stuff
the
with
phone,
them.
like you're ordering groceries and they're like, you're on your phone. I'm like, I'm literally ordering groceries for pickup. Like I'm
Yeah.
not like scrolling or
Correct.
on social or
Correct.
whatever.
But ordering groceries online is better because I don't get caught up in that whole buy one get one thing.
Yeah.
They mess me up.
Mhm.
I don't even need that. But in person, that's bad. But I think in person church is way better. You get connection. There's that intimacy.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then, you know, you have your pastor that shouts you out. Sometimes he calls the 10:30 the heathen service.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
why is that though? Like
Because
we just want to see that
Well,
extra
hour. I mean,
Put it in
10:30
the
if you
middle
get there at 10:30, but if you live 2 minutes away and you get there at 10:40, under the bus.
Actually, I got there
Shots
the other.
fired.
I got there the other day at 10:33.
Okay, hey, that's better.
The other day, I left the house at 10:26. I'm like, yes. And then I had to turn back around. Angel's my witness, and I had to turn back around because I lost my phone.
Wow.
I said,
But
you know, church without the phone.
But you know, sometimes I do that 5-minute countdown timer saves us because I know church, the first service starts at, you know, and then
On time.
wait, I'm like, it does start on time.
It does.
But I'm actually roll it back. You know, when we went to a Spanish church. That's where we've grown up in, and then we went to, you know, Hope, and well, before Hope, OBC, which birthed Hope Church.
Yes.
And so I remember going to the other church after the Spanish church, and Eloy was like, "We have to get there on time because they start on time." You know,
I'm like, who starts on time? That's disrespectful.
10:30. You start at 11. You would get out at 6. Y'all know how it be?
No, I don't, because I didn't. I went to 1-hour churches. I was Catholic, so
Yeah.
it was like
I
just
thought
the only.
Catholic churches had longer services. No.
No, we had 1 hour.
They have like
hour
a
and a
mass, right?
Yeah.
That's what it's
Hour
called.
and 5 minutes or 10 if you're lucky.
I was gonna say,
Right. So my son, the older one, he is very strategic. He's not just late. And he told this to pastor.
Excuse the noise.
I missed the first 30 minutes or 20 to 30 minutes because I don't like the worship.
That's why he rolls in late. I didn't
No, but he
know
told
why.
that to us. Oh, I mean, pastor, you mentioned it. See, now I feel. I'm so sorry, Wes.
If we said Hope Church, you don't think they're gonna look it up?
Winter
I'll do
Garden.
WD.
Don't be Googling and
I
find out
know.
somehow.
And
Yeah.
so, you know, that he literally misses it.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? He goes, sometimes the songs, they just don't. I'm like, okay, that's
Don't
fine.
feed him.
As long as he's there for the word.
But you know
I'll
what?
take
That's
it.
good, and that's good for West to hear, for Pastor West to hear, because sometimes people come up to him, or many times people come up to him and like, "Yo, the worship was fire," and that's not him, right? He's not the one leading worship. So to him, that's like, do they like my preaching? Do they not like my preaching?
Right.
So
And he's
that's
there
good for
just
him.
for Wes's.
Yeah, that's good for him to know.
And like low key, I hate that. I hate to admit this,
But we're gonna be honest. I love this honesty. Go ahead.
but when Wes is not preaching,
You go online.
I do.
Unless it's die. I
Sure.
love
Oh, no,
when die
I-
preaches.
I-
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
let me
absolutely.
just say
Shout out
Let me just say
to
this. Let me just say, if it's Dyer or Wes, fire.
If it's Diana, you're at the 9 a.m., right?
And
No,
serving.
she's like 10:30.
unless I'm serving. But hey, I've done 2 services before.
Yeah.
A few times, but
I do that
I
normally.
do like you know, and the thing is, it's the drive. But then I have to go. Wait a minute, am I here for them or am I here for the word?
Yeah.
So then I have to start readdressing and going. Wait a minute, I need to really understand why I'm going to church. It's not for this person,
correct.
because I know that a lot of and I'm gonna go there. A lot of our younger people stop going to church because someone left. And then I start asking questions like, well, were you there for
That's
the
good.
right reasons to begin with?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? And so if you ask me, I could be one of 2 things. I could be your soundboard or I could be your counselor.
You actually looked at me, guys, right?
Yeah.
You guys
No,
are
because
all
she
looking
knows
at
no,
me
no,
like,
only,
I just,
no, not
no,
because,
I just
because
want
you
to
know
like
my
let the crowd.
levels. Cálmate.
I want to tell the crowd that's out there looking
Cálmate. It's
our
because you know my
audience.
levels.
Okay.
And
Alright.
so I
Just
could
shoot
be
at
either
me.
or. And the thing is that I really do feel that a lot of these young people left for the wrong reasons, and I feel like they're missing the target.
I think also the hard reality of youth that are like us upbringing youth, right? And this generation, if they don't like something, they just unfollow. And you can just move on to the next, and you know who your friends are that you tell certain things to that will applaud you, and yeah, that's fine, that's great. And then you know that there's other friends that if you told them the same things, they'd question you and be like, that's not you. So you have your audience, and you know who your audience is, and you play it that way, right? And I think that if we're raising our youth in the way to be the same way, you're leaving or you're not coming to church because so and so person left, this isn't an unfollow. You're building a deeper relationship. You're supposed to be building a relationship with God.
Cancel culture is real.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
And
Yes.
we had this on one of our conversations, and I was like, cancel me if you want to. I'm not going to change how I feel because I'm afraid of you canceling me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jesus didn't do that.
No.
He didn't say, well, I want you to love me, so I'm going to do this.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah.
That's not. And we had this on one of our podcasts. And she was like, follow us at, I'm like, or not. Like, I'm for the followers, and I'm okay with that. But I'm not going to. Now, if you tell me, hey, why don't you look at it this way? Like I was like, oh, that's a. I never thought about it like that. I thought it was more cultural. She's like, no, it's more economical.
About the
dress,
No, just having that whole. We talked for
about
like 4 hours.
asking for help.
Mm-hmm.
She said it. She thought it might be
I
cultural.
thought it was more cultural.
But I said, so I am Hispanic and white. My mom's side of the family, middle of nowhere, Minnesota farmers.
Mm-hmm.
That was them too. They don't ask for help. It's very hard for them to ask for help and to show weakness of any sort. So it's not necessarily a cultural thing. Sometimes it's economical because you're pride and do it yourself, and it's on you to get out of this situation. Nobody's gonna help you out. You gotta help yourself out. So you're trained to think it's me by myself. I can't rely on other people.
Right.
And my mom and I have had these conversations, and we've talked about it, and she's apologized. She's like, I'm sorry that I didn't do for you what I know now that you need. She did.
Oh, that's great.
She did.
That's nice.
So,
no,
but,
my mom is not.
Doesn't believe in
but we were talking about because of stuff going on in my house with my daughter and how I'm trying to raise my daughter. And she was just like, I wasn't there. I didn't have that time or energy to sit and heal from my own stuff to help raise you better and give better to you and your sister than I had in my home. You know, so we've had those right.
Shout out to her mom.
Absolutely. For real.
That's amazing.
It is.
Because not all moms know how to.
My mom doesn't show emotion,
Amen.
so that was like huge.
Oh my
That's
God.
huge.
And that
So can we go there? Can we
go for it?
Can I go there?
Why not? It's off topic. Right?
There's your mom.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Your
what I'm saying.
situation.
Parts of it.
Okay. Give mom to stop watching. Because I wasn't okay. All right.
Yeah, she knows parts of it. She doesn't know all of it because she would not agree.
I'm gonna get my drink.
Yeah. So look, everybody.
We love her. So a few episodes back, I did talk about. I touched upon you, no names, and I
That's
said.
fine.
But I would never. I asked your permission.
I know,
okay,
I know,
all right.
I know.
I just want to make sure. I would never do that. And I said, I'm not spiritually mature to do what you're doing. So it's like I'm low key proud of you, but low key scared. Like,
I think we're low key proud of her, but we would go fight for her too.
oh
yes,
we told her. We were like, I got Vaseline in my purse.
I said you live right down the block.
Yeah.
And she knows the right ones because you know our hoops are big.
Oh my God.
And
Let me take off my hoop.
When we come together, we come together. That's one thing I do love and appreciate the sisterhood, this church. I've never felt different.
Yeah.
Though I have different circumstances, different scenarios, different.
Absolutely.
No, you did because it's just different. But like I really do feel I have the only support in my church.
Yeah.
And the fact that you have been going through your journey
Facts. Oh, man.
has made me realize, like,
wow,
we don't turn away anyone, and we show you love
even
and
if
support.
we agree, don't agree, or maybe not understand.
Right.
Sometimes we don't agree because we don't understand, and we're
But that's
afraid of that.
Part of the reason I'm at Hope is because how many people would hear my situation and what I've chosen to do and not judge me.
Yeah.
And not judge me.
Yeah.
I have felt zero judgment from anyone.
If anything, when you said that, I judged myself. And I said, I wouldn't do that. What would I?
You're
what
right.
would I?
Yeah, you're right.
So it wasn't with you. It was like, I must not be a good person because I don't think I'm strong to do that. And I started judging myself and questioning myself. And it was like, wow. So,
But to bring it back to your question, Kim, like the support that she's gotten, it's because she's here in person too.
Correct.
Like it's not just the hide
Yeah.
behind the screen. Like if you're gonna get help, I'm sure yes, we do have, you
Online
can email
support.
booklearngarden.com and we can help you
It's
out and
different.
we're there to
she's
connect with
shouting
you and
out.
help
She's
you
shouting
out.
out.
But also like it's
Yeah. I
it's
can't
real.
imagine
This is
going
real
through this.
conversations and this is real connections that
What
we're
you're going
having
through.
through community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
I couldn't imagine going through this season of my life and watching online
Yeah.
because I just started going to Hope in October,
Wow.
September. Like I haven't been at Hope
I know you
long.
mentioned the 21 days of prayer. So it
No,
must
I
have been-
know. And
We did the 21 days of prayer before October.
No, that was January.
Jesus.
That was January because
Come on,
my,
get your dates right.
my first time visiting was
fine. We're working
the
on it.
anniversary service.
Oh wow.
That was my first time visiting.
Our birthday,
Yeah, the
that's
birthday.
September.
Yeah.
Okay, September. And then my situation started in October.
Wow.
Look at God. You knew.
So he put you in the right place.
Absolutely.
So that you would have the support you needed
Exactly.
to get through that
Exactly.
valley that you were gonna go through, so you can get to the mountaintop.
So can I say, so we're all, our heads are bowed and we're praying and everyone gives a prayer, right? When she talked about, no offense, when she talked about her testimony, I said,
you put your head up.
and
I
I'm
think
thinking, I'm
everybody
like,
in the
nobody else, their heads are not up.
Look,
Okay.
I think Pastor's head went up like, what?
What? When she heard it, and she was like, oh, I said, Kate,
What?
Yeah.
going on? And I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Look, and now everybody watching is like, what is she going through? What is it?
Or people come up to me,
That's another.
That's another day.
That's another day. That's another day.
It's okay.
That's
mommy.
another day.
Yeah,
That's a whole
That's
other
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No,
You
I
gotta
know.
come back to that one.
Yeah, we
It's
would
so
definitely
funny.
love to have you, like, just to hear your journey and just
Your
hear how
testimony.
your testimony
Oh, our
is an
testimony.
amazing story. And I know you're still going through it, right? And so,
But she's making strides though.
oh,
When she told us to marry, I was like,
absolutely. Absolutely. So I just want to commend you on,
Thank you.
you know, as a sister
Yeah.
of Christ, and I just want to say, like, you are an amazing human being,
Thank you.
super strong, and I commend you on everything.
Easy
So,
to very
you know, but if you do need to call me,
Yeah.
you know, I'm
You know my number.
I can take up these, you
Yeah.
know.
why? We were studs for a reason.
You're right. I was just gonna make it look like I needed to, you know, so that people can get ready.
Hair
You know
always
what I
up.
mean? Yeah, always.
Yeah.
We discussed this last week. I
We
know.
did.
You know.
We
Look,
did.
Real
remember?
quick, real quick.
And, fighting is not always the answer.
No.
I'm
You
just
say
saying.
I talk aggressive.
You know.
Yeah.
I talk aggressive. See,
I mean,
One of the
you can
apostles
do the
did
whole
cut off
talk.
the ear of
You do the whole
Peter.
talk, tell, tackle, right?
Huh?
I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tackle you.
Ooh, so talk, tell, tackle.
Yeah.
TTT.
Ooh. Talk, tell, tackle.
I like it. If you listen to our other episodes, that would be a Malcolm X situation.
I love y'all so much.
You could take that rated R too. You know, bedroom talk, tell, tackle. It's okay. We're
Okay,
fine.
we're gonna
So,
keep it.
I
Keep
love
it fresh,
her.
like.
I love her.
All
But
right,
we don't
cool.
talk about stuff like that. Like, why don't we? Like, why is it like
Because it's such a taboo topic.
Right,
Like,
right.
What the bedroom?
So
Yeah.
God didn't create our head, our arms,
That's how we
and
got
our
out
legs
here.
and feet. God
True that.
created all of this too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
I was mentioning that earlier. I said, you know, growing up in church or out of church, but specifically to me, growing up in church, you were told, you can't have sex before marriage. Do not have sex. Do not have sex. And it was just what you were told.
Yeah.
Then you get married and you're automatically supposed to, and it's just like, then you feel some sort of guilt because you're like, wait, am I supposed to, like, marry now? I shouldn't have shame with it.
Or obligation. I'm obligated to now,
Yes.
surrender my body to
Yes.
this person. But the thing is that we don't talk about it.
No.
So just because we talk about it, we're not saying go out there and run the streets. That's
Correct.
not what we're saying. We're
No.
saying understand it, acknowledge it, embrace it, so that you know how to be responsible with it when you do get married.
Correct.
Instead of just this blindfold.
Like
And-
dropping like it's hot when you get married, right? Like
I
that's
mean,
some people just that's what they
it
think.
depends on your mood.
Yeah, that's what I think is supposed to happen.
Right.
And
It
also,
depends on your mood.
and
When
it's
he
supposed
wants
to
it,
be,
though.
yeah, and it's supposed to be reciprocated.
Yeah.
Right. It's not all about what feels good for him. It's you have a part in it as well, and you should also be in it for what's good for me.
I agree.
So it's such a taboo topic.
It is.
really
And I wonder, I don't know, I understand why, but I think we should break them.
Yeah.
This is not like a whole Moulin Rouge type conversation.
No.
But it's a Why? God didn't just create parts of us; He created all of us, and it was for a reason.
Yeah,
I feel. But
I agree.
anyway,
Going back, so going to the next one, because that's funny that you said that about them.
Oh Lord, you found a body part one?
It was something like
no.
that.
Okay.
All right, we'll go to this.
Wait, which one?
Why do you believe, going back to like, women and men and stuff like that, why did Eve eat the fruit? And I feel like this is a great conversation.
I'm gonna leave that to the people that grew up in the church.
why did Eve eat the fruit?
Why do you feel that Eve
Why did
ate the
Pastor
fruit?
tell you like that happened?
I mean,
Catholic church.
when I read the Bible and I listened to people's stories, because I'm very open minded about a lot of things, right? And I was like, because we just like to try it.
Can I see these cards?
No. Because we like to just try it and then see how we can make it work going forward. Right? Like, we are tested with sin every single day.
Mhm.
It's how we address it and how we follow through with it that makes us super strong as women, right? Because we're talking about Eve. And I just feel like that Eve ate that apple because she was like, you know what? I know God said this, but I want to see how I can make this better or deal with it afterwards.
I'll put the microphone this way.
No, I want to hear your opinion.
I don't know why she ate it, but I do remember hearing a message about how important it is for us as women to have our own relationship with God and not rely on the man to
Amen.
bring the word to us. Because if God would have told Eve herself, or she would have went to God about it, he would have told her directly. But in this story of creation, that command was given to Adam, and Adam relayed the message to Eve.
So you think he lied to her?
No, but think about it. Think about the communication. Think about communication between men and women.
Yeah.
We don't always understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
And we don't always understand the perspective that they have when they say it to us. We want details. Men don't usually give details.
Right.
So he might have just said, don't eat that from that tree. But he might have just said, don't eat from that tree. He didn't give an explanation why.
He might have ate from the tree next door.
You know what I mean? Like,
But she was like, don't tell me what to do.
right, quite possibly. But she didn't hear it from God's mouth herself. So she doubted Adam. She didn't necessarily doubt God, but she also
Adam's word didn't hold that much weight.
correct. And she didn't
Which
go
is
to
normal.
God. She just took his word for it. And because it wasn't a God word to her, she disobeyed.
I agree. You know what? That makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
That makes a lot of sense. Do you guys all
I
agree?
think God not probably, because he's not a God of probably, right?
Yeah.
I think that he knew that we would mess up,
Oh, absolutely.
men or women. I think that Eve was the vessel to show that he can redeem something bad and make it good.
Mm.
I
like that
these
too.
are all good answers.
I do think that he did bless us with will,
Mm-hmm.
and I do agree. He knew we were gonna mess up.
Mm-hmm.
But why is it us that the women, that we have so many trials and tribulations? For me, more so than men, physically. Like, menstruation starts with MEN. Menopause starts with MEN.
Mm-hmm.
So you're giving me, like, why am I feeling what I'm feeling and going through? I'm suffering because
Yeah.
menopause and menstruation are not easy.
Nope.
Why am I going through that and they're not?
Because we can
But you
handle
gave them
both.
the
Yeah,
directions.
Because we
I was
can
gonna say,
handle
do you
birth.
really
You see
think
how
that
strong
they
we are?
You want my answer?
I think the point is that he gave him the direction.
We didn't submit.
We didn't.
We're supposed to submit to our husband, and he submits to the Lord. If Adam was submitted and we didn't submit to Adam and follow Adam's direction,
Right. Then we are the ones
Mhm.
that.
It's a hard pill to swallow.
It
Adam
is.
like being submissive.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind. So I'm gonna be honest with you. So when I started my faith journey and I started talking about submission, a lot of the people in my circle were like, submission equal weakness.
yeah, no,
I know my role.
Yeah.
I get it. Submissive can mean strength
it
to
can.
me, I don't need to fight. I don't need to do certain things. When I say submit, I'm submitting to someone that loves me, respects me, and wants me to be better than I want for myself.
Yeah. But you trust them.
We submit to people that do not deserve submission.
Yes. I agree.
And I think that's why a lot of the women, we go, I don't need a man.
Well,
yes, you do.
Replace
I
that.
don't. So listen.
It's not, I don't need a man. I don't trust a man.
Correct. True.
That's what it is. If you don't trust that person, you're not going to submit to that person because you don't think they have your best interest at heart.
But then you move on.
It's hard. I'll say
Stop
this.
trying to trust the person that is not deserving of that trust.
So
That
I wasn't
is unfaced trauma. Speaking
I
from
was
experience, that is unfaced
I've
trauma.
always been the dominant one, right? I've always been the one that tried to lead in my family, right? So I took that role, right? And when starting at my church and everything like that, and I started to hear the word submissive, and I was like, I don't.
Home church or Catholic church?
Okay. Catholic church was like my youth and like the beginning of my life. You know what I mean? Like my adulthood. But yeah,
that was a lot.
That was a lot. Yeah. But,
you didn't see that episode?
You didn't see that episode, did you?
you guys watched that one. Right. It's okay. It's moving on. We're gonna move on. But when I became a Christian, let's just say that, and I started to hear the word being submissive to your spouse, that he's supposed to lead you and everything like that, and I was like, I can't wait to be that person.
But in the Bible, it does talk about women that are married and the husband's a non-believer.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you that passage because not that he's not a non-believer. He doesn't practice it the way I practice. He's not as passionate as the way I'm passionate. And you have to just continue to be you, continue to follow and everything else.
I just want, like, what I'm saying is, I would love for the person that comes into my life next to be like to lead me. I'm tired of leading. You know what I mean? Like, I want to lead, don't get me wrong, but I want to be led more in my Christian faith.
Can I interject though? And ladies, interject with me. There are seasons where God wants you to lead.
No.
That's intentional.
Oh, absolutely.
He wants you to lead because you're going to shepherd people into your life, even if it's that new dude.
Right. I just want to be a little submissive.
And when you're in your single, I know. When you're in your single season, you're supposed to submit yourself to God.
I am. Trust me. Ish. Submission-ish. I'm a submission-ish.
Call Miriam West. Are we coming up with new words?
I'm trying to be a submission. Because I don't know if I can. I feel like I want to, but I don't know if I can fully, right? But I just want to be led better, right? I feel like
you can lead yourself better into a good season so that you're ready for submission.
I've seen you grown in these 3 years. You're doing good. Stay focused.
I love you. I love you.
No.
Hold on. I love her. No,
she's doing good.
She is doing much better.
I'm doing better.
She had a big butt.
We have to talk. I can't, and I cannot lie. No, just joking. Hey, Pasha can do it. You can do it.
Can I say something? Of course. You can say anything you want.
I went to church and I thought I was a Christian when I was married. Yeah. But now that going through my divorce and going through everything that I did, being single, I have felt like I've grown single, submitting myself to God. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
150%.
I feel like I have a better relationship with God now than I did while I was in my marriage, right? Like, so I just feel like now that I am able to be submissive to God, I mean, I'm not like I am, but I'm not like,
We're all different levels. I think
I'm
the problem that a lot of women have is they take submission as I have to worship my husband, and they forget to worship God.
I want to be worshipped too. Right? I want an equal submissiveness situation.
Wants a two-way street. One-way street. I think you should do the next question.
Moving on, guys. Moving on. My sisterhood ladies know what's up. Okay. Do you think Jesus has a sense of humor? Why or why not?
Oh,
have you met our pastor? You have to.
The what?
I said yes. I have a third kid. Yeah, Jesus was like, you wanted 0, you have 3. He was like, you thought you were done with 2.
Oh my God.
And I'm so thankful he has a sense of humor because it's like
she's a vibe.
The missing piece.
She's like a whole vibe. I watch her pictures. I'm like, how did she do that? How did she pose? How did she? I'm like, I texted her, I was like, she's a whole vibe, bro.
She even looks good holding a book like.
Yeah, it's the eyes. Something in her eyes.
Yeah.
Something about her eyes is beautiful. But
I do think he has.
do you want more tokens?
If I ever get married, yes.
Okay.
No more outside of marriage.
Okay.
Good answer.
Good job.
Look at that. See the growth? Good answer. Good job. Do you think that Jesus has a sense of humor?
It's hard to. I don't know. I don't think he has a sense of humor for me.
Maybe he's funny. I think he's up in heaven going.
He's going. Look, listen. Be careful what you say, because in the next few days you're gonna be like, that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that he doesn't have a sense of humor. I feel like I don't know. That's really
If he
tough.
created us in his image and we have senses of humor, wouldn't he?
But he also gave us the power of will, and we don't always make good decisions, right?
No.
And so I'm like, does he have a sense of humor? I don't know. Is having a sense of humor going against his like principles, or you find me funny? Oh, you find me funny? Like in my mind, I'm like,
I would just say
don't
no,
think so,
not like
so
that.
that's where I get my. I'm like scared. Like
You're
wait,
thinking of a different kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
that's what.
That's
Yeah.
but I think
That's cussing.
everybody's humor is different too.
Right.
Like raunchy humor, I don't think he finds that.
We had
funny.
somebody here the other day, and she was like, "Oh my god, this guy's so funny." And we're like this.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
fell asleep.
Remember? I fell asleep.
I said.
So
And she's like,
It wasn't funny at all.
I don't.
no, so I think it depends on what you mean by humor. Because
Yeah.
there's certain types of humor that I don't think that he would necessarily appreciate or find funny. Because if you're demeaning women or talking about different things that are opposed to what he created the world to be,
Yeah.
I don't think he's
I
up
guess
there laughing.
For me, humor is like funny.
Yeah.
Oh, you think I'm funny? And we grew up like, oh, so you laughing when I'm talking?
Yeah, but those are fighting words too.
Right.
Yeah,
You know?
right. So I'm
Right.
like,
You think I'm
oh,
funny?
Mama, yo, I would
Okay.
never do
Not
that
like
to
that.
you. So
Yeah,
I
not-
backpedal.
yeah,
So
not like that,
no.
no.
Next question.
Okay.
I don't know.
My answer is yes. Everything I've done, I'm like, oh, that was funny. You sure know how to make me laugh. Yeah. Because, see, I don't do the 15 minutes of time that you guys do, you and him. I don't interrupt that, right?
That's my first 15 minutes. Don't judge me.
I'm not judging. I'm actually saying.
I set my timer. I get up at 5.
Sure.
And then I set my timer to 5:15 so that I could be at the gym at 6. That was my routine before. And she's like, oh, so you time me, Papa? You know what I'm like, no, I want to make sure that I give him at least the first 15 minutes of my day.
Yeah.
And then I'll give him the rest. I give him other.
During your day.
So
But
that's
I
so
want-
nice.
I
It's not
Sometimes
like
I
the
get up.
timer's gonna go off and be like, all right, guys.
No, her timer does go off.
It goes off, but
Did
it was
you
like,
see-
Papa,
But I
thank
believe
you.
that she
And then I'll go
continues.
back.
Yeah, during the day.
He got scared. He's like, why are you sitting up like that? You look weird. I was like, hey, don't talk to me.
But you
That's
know
my
what?
first
You give
15 minutes
priority to what
Right.
you give, what you allow time to, and
Right.
if you don't prioritize, then you're failing it.
God doesn't want our leftovers.
No, absolutely not. Would you want
First.
them?
No.
Like
First
you
of
want
all,
when
if,
God
let's
says I'm
say,
gonna
and
bless
I know
you.
of a situation, and I'm not going
I
to
was-
name names.
I was gonna say, hold on.
No,
Good. I'm happy she looking at you because
This
I'm
has
looking at
nothing
me.
to do with someone else, but this girl went to this person didn't give him time, and then she went to this person. And I'm like, bro, you're leftovers, and you're okay with that?
Yeah.
That's not your option B.
Yeah.
So,
But
I
there's a
don't
lot of people that do that. They don't go to God until they're
They
in
have-
dire strait.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a last resort
Yeah.
instead
They
of a
don't
first
pray.
resort.
All day.
that is true.
I pray, but not. I don't
That's
put
why
a
we
timer
pray.
on it. Hey.
Okay, we'll put that on.
Okay.
Yeah, we
All
put
right.
sounds
Move
in
on.
there. It's
Moving on. So, how do you handle forgiveness in your life?
Oh, I think I gotta win.
No. This is really good.
That is a layered question.
It is.
I
It is.
already-
I feel like these two should really.
I already said,
first.
and I've already been through this. You could forgive someone and be very honest about it. God knows if it's honest, but they don't have to sit at your table.
Yeah.
I forgive everyone that hurt me in the past, but I don't associate with them.
So you can forgive and let go.
Forgive and forget. Forgive.
I don't know about forgive.
Yeah, we ain't forgetting.
In the sense of forget that
Like
relationship.
let
Yeah.
go,
Oh,
let
okay,
it go,
yeah.
and
Let
don't
it
hold
go.
any importance to it.
I was
Let it
past.
Okay.
The cold never found me.
Okay.
That's right. The cold
I
never
love that
bothered
she's
me.
Right.
Anyway,
Go ahead,
she was
question.
ready. That works for me.
Mhm.
That may not work for everybody.
Yeah. It's for me. Yeah.
So,
Tammy.
good. I'm happy you went over there.
All right.
She pulled the mic to everything.
All I need is one mic. All right. Shout out to them.
What I've learned about myself in these last couple months is that for me, it's hard for me to truly forgive if I don't have a name for what I'm forgiving. So in my current situation, it wasn't until I was able to put a name on the emotion I was feeling that I was actually able to let go. And it was actually the week before Easter. Our other pastor was preaching and a saying that I've heard for years dropped in my spirit. Jesus knew, but Judas ate too. Jesus knew he was going to be betrayed, but he didn't treat him any differently at the Last Supper.
Yeah.
And I went home boohoo crying because I finally had a name for what I had been feeling for the last.
Was it Judas?
I felt
The other
betrayed.
person,
The other
not
person in my
Judas.
situation.
No, but I'm saying, was it? The name. Oh, that.
Yeah.
Okay, that.
So I felt betrayed, but I didn't. For 4 years now since we separated. Like I knew I was hurt, but I didn't know what was causing the hurt, and it was betrayal. I felt betrayed. Once I recognized it was betrayal, I was able to say, you know what, this is what it is. But if I'm called to be like Jesus, and Jesus was able to forgive somebody and treat him the same, knowing he was going to be betrayed, who am I to treat this person differently because I was betrayed? So
That's why you're so good. That's
That
why
makes
we
sense.
like
But
so
that's-
much.
but
Can I
that's
say-
why. But that's if I wasn't able to truly forgive. Like I would say I forgave, but I didn't truly forgive until I could put a name on that feeling. But I had to sit in it, and I don't like sitting in them uncomfortable feelings. I'm a
I
peacemaker.
love that you said you have to give a name to what.
I have to give a name to it.
But for me, sometimes I forget. What was that?
I was
Okay.
I was fixing the cards.
I was fixing the cards.
But for me, like I have forgiven, but forgiven doesn't mean abuse. So I'm forgiving you for doing this,
Yeah.
but don't continue
No,
to
correct.
do this, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that's where we mix it, because the forgive and forget thing.
Mhm.
I'm gonna forgive you, and I don't need you to sit at my table. I'm gonna forgive you, and I'm gonna love you from afar.
Yeah.
We talked about this. I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna bless you and say goodbye.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could bless you and say goodbye.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
And
But if I don't say goodbye, you're gonna continue to do it, and this is where the Martin and Malcolm come in, because this is the. Remember, I said I feel like I'm Martin, but in Malcolm situations, I'm Malcolm. You're not doing that to me.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
it's
not
the
turning
whole,
the
like-
other cheek for you to do. Oh, wow, what? Okay,
This is
Where
why
to go?
we're
Where
not
to
gonna
go?
do this
It's
outside
okay.
no more.
okay.
We're
Where's
not
the
doing
where's
this
the
outside.
swatter? Better
That,
watch
you're gonna
it.
swat it? You're gonna swat that?
I will swat it,
I mean-
touch it, step on it.
Yeah.
Did the Lord make the bees?
Where is it? I don't even
Up there?
You
That's
made
the older
birds
one.
and
That's the
bees.
older one.
that's my
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm very proud of you, and I definitely agree with Tanya on a lot of it. I think for me, it's a work in progress,
yeah.
right?
Oh,
It's
for
not
sure.
it's not easy.
No.
It is not an easy thing, and I think that the way that you said it, like I have to have a name, so I know
I
for me to
love that,
forgive.
though.
I love that.
Know what that
Yeah.
know what that hurt
But even
is,
if-
and then be able to
Even
forgive
though you have that
Absolutely.
name, you still want to be like,
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
like
what you mean.
for me it was
That's not-
betrayal.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm
good.
She's not gonna. For me, it was the word betrayal, disappointment, disgust, disappoint.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
But I had never
A
sat.
lot.
I had never sat with my feelings to be able to name it, because again, I'm a peacemaker. I don't like conflict, so I know there's an issue.
That's your Enneagram.
But I'm gonna. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
We talked about that.
We did. But
she's not an 8. She's not
no,
an 8.
I'm a 9. I'm a 9.
Or a one.
I'm a 9. But so when conflict comes, I will try to avoid it to keep the peace, not realizing that by trying to keep the peace, I'm making that situation worse for myself.
Because you're not
So-
confronting it.
Correct.
Yep,
So
that's you.
once I actually sat in it and was able to name it, I could truly forgive. But I've had other situations where I
Your
know.
wings, right? Is it like your Enneagram? You're this, but you have wings.
Yeah.
Okay,
The-
situational.
the 8 comes out when people got their hands in my face or I'm being poked.
So what is it called when I'm an 8 naturally?
You're what is it?
I don't know.
We're trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of, but you like conflict.
Yeah.
If you're an 8, you like conflict.
I don't. But
No,
okay. So let me ask you though. Let's be honest. Do I like conflict? Like,
But
what am I giving off? I'm gonna ask you. Do you think I like conflict?
I don't think it phases you in the sense
No,
where
but
I think that if you encounter conflict, you know you can hold your own.
But
Yes.
it's
Not
So
not
I don't-
to
but
say
also-
that that's good.
no. But
Okay.
also,
You know what?
The
I need to find a neuro engineer.
but also people take that you liking conflict or not avoiding conflict as that you're trying to fight them. That's not. You can
Thank
be a
you.
healthy 8 and not avoid conflict. That doesn't mean you want to go fight everybody.
So I just handle it.
Correct.
Okay, good.
You okay? So I'm gonna have one more question. How about that?
No, but I just want. So I agree. I
Yeah.
love the forgiveness. I love all of that. I just.
Well, and there's a time and a place.
It's what weighs heavy on you. Some things don't weigh. Some things you can just go like this, and some things you go, wait, that
But
stays
it's
with
good
me.
to have, for example, 8s in your life, right? It's
Okay.
good to have because if she doesn't like confrontation, she knows,
Correct.
Tanya, I'm struggling with the situation. What would you do? And not to say you're going to tell her, yo, you need to man up and fight up. Like, you know,
Right.
you can coach
No,
her
so calm
through having a little bit more confrontation
Right.
because she has
Right.
none.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's good to be
balances it out.
healthy.
Yeah. It
Let me
does.
ask you a question. Out of
Mhm.
everything as a Christian
Mhm.
woman, is forgiveness the hardest thing?
Yes. For me.
No,
No.
for me, it's judgment.
For me, it's patience.
Mm.
For me, it's patience.
I think the patience and judgment come hand in hand because I was talking to someone last night. Love you, by the way, if you're watching. And we were talking about the space between judgment and patience, right? And so I said, sometimes I find myself with this much space, and sometimes I find myself with this much space. So it depends. Like, am I going to be patient before I judge you, or am I going to judge you?
Mhm.
And so that's difficult for me sometimes.
Yeah, judging.
Here,
Is it
But I've
judging
gotten
coming
better.
to you or judging giving out?
giving up. I need to do better with that, hands down.
I have to do better with the. With the judgment coming better.
I don't.
to me
Can I be honest? I don't care about that.
because I
But
have.
that's part of your age.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Absolutely.
I have family
Yeah.
members that now that I love God and I go to church, they judge me.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
oh, you're perfect. Oh, I can't say this. Oh,
But you know what? That's
I have a
insecurities on
t-shirt
their
for you.
front.
that's so
Right.
hard.
Right.
And that's
I
something
have
that
a
God needs
t-shirt
to work
for
on
you.
with them.
Safe but not perfect. I got you.
You got me.
I got
Holy
you.
with a little bit of
Here-
I have that here. Diana said that to me. She's like, hey, I just thought about you with this shirt, half holy, half holy.
Yeah, it's hard.
Really?
Yeah.
And I'm like, but you're right though. You're right.
Yeah.
So my Jewish stepmother sent me the same picture. Wow.
She said, I love you, but you're half and half.
She goes. She's like, I saw this shirt and I thought of you. I said, oh,
Like,
okay.
people say that, like, so you know what I mean? And I go,
I was like, so-
okay.
So what you're telling me is you're not coming to church with me because this is what you.
Like, what hood you from? I'm from the SisterHood.
Yeah.
No, it can be very difficult.
very
So
hard.
for me, it's the first.
Especially when you live with that. kind
Yeah.
of
No.
negativity.
Oh yes.
The bubble of
Now you brought it
negativity.
to a whole
Yes.
nother
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
That's
When you're
tough.
in your face.
It is. It is.
No.
It is. I think.
It sucks the soul out of you.
Yes.
It does.
Yeah.
That negativity
I'm
can
starting
make
to
you.
learn for every negative, I throw back a positive.
Yeah.
We talked about this the
We
other
talked about
day, and I said, so we need to have a funeral
A funeral.
and
Yep.
bury
Who-
all of our expectations.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like exes. That's
That
good.
was a-
I can do.
No, but you can.
Wow.
Sure. I was talking to Barbara about something we went through, but
Oh,
sorry. No,
I
but
read
it's
that,
true. So
like, I
that's
was
very. So she didn't see it the way I sent it. So
Right.
I sent it like boom, and she's like, "Wow." I was like, "Hold on, no."
Yeah.
I'm saying that what we're going through, we need to bury
Mm-hmm.
those expectations because they're just never going to meet.
Yeah, she sent it and I picked it up as, with my dad that passed 3 years ago. And no,
Yeah.
then she let me see it in a whole new light with
Yeah.
present.
Yeah.
people.
This is why life is muddy too, because you have to have expectations in life, right?
Yeah.
You should
You should.
you
have
should, right?
expectations.
Healthy expectations.
Healthy.
Right?
Keyword healthy.
Yeah.
The problem is that when we have failed expectations, we start to feel some type of way, and it messes up our judgment. Like, and it changes our mood. and we don't even realize it. Like it's the build expectations that make us different, like in who we really are. Like she always says it. She's like, if who you're talking to, they're sucking your soul out of you, like your life. Because I am naturally a happy person.
They change her like that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's because it's my failed expectation, because I feel like me being nice and me doing the stuff that I'm doing, that should make that person be a certain way towards me. But it's my failed expectation. So I have to learn to just be like, it's no longer an expectation, right? It's more like, I'm hoping that you do that. But I gotta, if you don't, it's
You
not
have to be okay with the letdown, right?
the
And that's
letdown a little bit.
part of the one.
Yeah.
Because I'm a one.
Oh, you're a
And
one.
so-
What is a one? What is
I
a
don't
one?
even know
Basically,
what
the one you
perfectionist.
don't want to be.
Nice, but one's a perfectionist.
Yeah.
Somebody called me a one at your dinner thing, and I was like, what's a
you
one?
can be a healthy one, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's that whole failed expectation mindset.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like I'm
And I'm
extra.
a 9-1.
Extra,
Oh,
as extra
okay.
can be, capital E. And I like to go the extra mile, even if that means putting myself in,
Yeah.
at the max. And
Yeah.
so then my husband's
she's
like,
a
I
1-1
don't
too.
understand why you always have to go the extra mile to do X,
What
Y,
you were
and
telling
Z.
her? Yeah.
And then
He
I'm
said,
like,
oh.
Orlando. I'm like, he's like, I don't understand why we have to go the extra mile to do X, Y, Z when you know that they're not going to appreciate it or whatever. And I'm like, well, I'm not doing it for them.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for me.
I had to take it. No, I think I need to take it
I
because
need
I
to take it
need to
again.
know my
I don't know
number.
if I need to retake it because someone
need
at
to.
your dinner told me that when you
You can have like the wings, right?
Yeah.
you can have wings, but I didn't know when you take the test you have to take it according to when you're in your think about when you're in your 20s.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
hard.
I didn't know
No.
that.
It is hard, but when I took it when I was in college the first time because for one of my classes or whatever, and I was a 9. And then when I retook it with the group, I was a 9.6. Thinking back, a 6 is where 9 goes when they're unhealthy. So, in hindsight, I was a very
What's
unhealthy.
6?
6 was I can't remember what the like the
If you
label
want
is
to know
like
your
these.
number, we have a community group for you.
We do. But it won't
We have
be out in
community
the
groups
fall
for everyone.
because the fall they're
like
doing freedom.
have a community group.
Wait, who's doing freedom?
I don't know, but Enneagram won't be in the fall because they're doing freedom.
Oh, that's correct.
Correct.
I'm a G from that.
So the people that
Juice.
do the
It's juice.
Enneagram
I know.
group usually lead the freedom group. So in the fall, they're not doing another Enneagram, they're doing a freedom. And I have been told I need to take it.
It's awesome.
I
It's
know.
awesome. Freedom is awesome.
But
It unpacks
That's
so
why
many
I
things
vary
for me.
quite a few things.
but also
It
going back to
unpacks so
what
many
Kim was
different
saying, the hard pill to swallow with expectations. If we don't tell them our expectations, they're never going to meet them.
And some people don't care if you tell them that.
No,
Honestly,
they
yes.
they
They
don't.
care. And they
But
use it
but
against
do you hold them to it for not telling them? So at least if you tell them
But
and
I'm
they don't
saying-
meet it, it's their responsibility.
Listen, I have told a family member, I expected you to do this, so I expect you to act like this. And they say, I'm me, I don't care.
Same.
But then you
That's a double slap.
Oh
It
my
is,
God.
I know
but
somebody
then
too.
you
Yeah,
know,
so-
but then in your mind you
I
have
know
to
a few
adjust.
people.
You have to know that they're
Oh,
not
look at
going
my
to meet
brother.
that expectation.
And
It
look
doesn't
at
make it
this.
right, but
Oh.
Look at the Enneagram.
Oh, look at that.
You want to turn the TV more?
But I don't know what my number is, so.
All right, we'll get back to
So
it.
what's the 8? I can't see
I
that
used
far.
to-
The 8 is a
Protector.
protection. Yeah.
That's
You
me.
passionate and protected.
Well, I
Yeah,
thought
you
it was.
are definitely. Now that I see that,
Yeah.
Wow.
yes, that's it.
Tell me how
That's
you really
it.
feel.
No, it's great.
Yeah.
I think I was
Okay, so she's
supportive.
a
I think
9.
I'll be
What's
a
the
2.
9?
peaceful, accommodator.
Oh no, I'm a
That's
7. I'm a 7.
What's a
I'm a
7?
7. Optimist.
You have to take the test.
You
No,
have
I know I'm a
to take
7.
I did take the test. I
I'm
took
a
the
7.
test, but I didn't see it like this.
Yeah.
Looking like a whole Jewish star. I didn't see it.
Yeah, that's
I
what
like that. Okay. What? I can't see that.
a Jewish star really.
She did say it. Well, you know,
It
the
did look
Jews
like
were
it.
the first.
It's
Too far.
Yeah.
Too
Is
far.
it too far? It's a
Jewish-
I'm not saying anything
the
bad about
Star
the
of
Jewish star. I think
David.
it's pretty.
Star of David.
I just saying.
Is it the Star of
The Star of David. I'm like that.
It's
But
all
that's
right.
it.
Wow.
Oh, I see a number 5. See, I gotta take the test.
Yes.
E is for extra, which is Jessica.
Yeah.
Nurturing. So what number are you, Bob?
She's a 1.
I'm a
She's a
1.
one.
She
I'm
said
a
she's a
9-1.
1.
Yeah.
Reformer.
So, Justin, are you a 1-2? A 1 wing 2?
No.
The helper?
Just the
She's a
one.
1-6.
I'm no helper.
No, because you just said you'll go the extra mile, and I think that leads
No,
into the
I
2.
think, I think mine was a 1 with a 9 or a 1
Okay.
with a 6.
So
I don't
you
remember.
can't take it in the current age you are?
No. You have to think back to your 20-year-old mindset.
And I didn't know that.
Kids.
I need to
I
retake
kind of
it.
remember my 20s were a blur.
Yeah, mine too. I got. You know what? It's not about me. So let's move on.
I love this. So, principal performer. What does that mean?
I think that
Guys, we talk about the Enneagram.
if we bring
numbers
back that
right now?
community group in the spring, I think you'll be there.
I
Because you're all excited.
I am. I'm like,
No,
no,
it's really good. Like a lot
well,
of my
because, so this is all about perception.
yes.
Because someone called me, I'm not going to mention names. Someone called me an 8.
Oh yeah, they kept on calling you.
Yes,
that, too.
but
They
also-
said you were nothing else
can
but an 8.
Can I interject real quick?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Part of the group, we are not supposed to be typing other people. So they were not supposed to be telling
they
you.
get foul.
Yeah. So if you ask, hey,
I did
like,
ask.
no, I know.
Wow.
I was there. I remember.
So-
Oh my gosh.
But yeah,
This
you're
is going
not
left.
supposed to be like, oh, that's such
Where
an 8
was
thing to
that?
say.
I don't
Like,
remember that.
you're not
You
supposed to
might
judge
have.
me.
And Chantel said
Okay,
that.
so
Yeah.
Sorry,
anyway, moving on.
Can
We're gonna say one more, okay, guys, because I feel like it's gonna go left. Okay,
Can I pick it though?
you wanna pick it? Okay, how about this? How
We
about
should
this?
all pick one.
No,
I
come on.
want to know the.
No,
Wait,
just do it. Okay, what is it? You read it.
No, boring.
It,
Oh,
It's called
she wants to
Fantastic.
get spicy.
It's called Sound Fasting. Yeah, I mean, it's just
about
us. We
that.
might as well.
Go ahead, read it. Mm-hmm. Read it.
This is not big enough for Fanny.
It's not here.
I mean, so.
Oh,
This was God is still
wow. I see it.
Should pastors be held to a higher standard?
Yes.
Oh.
You didn't even understand.
And I read it. I remember I'm the whole victim. I believe so. Only because they're our leader. Like think about it.
But
So
you're
I'm
a leader too, whether
That's what
you're
I was
up
about
there
to
or
say
not.
right now. This is
Okay.
exactly what I was going to say. I know that people are expecting me to be a little bit more experienced and more, what's the word? Polished.
that
Right?
should have been the one. That should have
So
been the one.
I feel like, yes, like if you're the pastor, you're the leader of our, you should be a little bit like held to a different standard.
Okay.
We want to like look to that. We
I
like
can't answer that one.
if my husband is leading me, like he has to lead me. You know what I mean? Like
She could pick good ones.
I
I'm sorry. That
Really?
was my judgment. I said that earlier.
Oh
I
my
put the
I
disclaimer.
feel like God can use anyone.
yeah, that's true.
I
At
also
any time.
feel like people are looking to see where your scars are, to see if they, people are looking to see where your hurts and habits are because they can relate
And use your hurts to
heal them too,
heal
right?
others.
And let me walk alongside you because you've been through this and I'm going through it. So there's
Oh.
some similarity in that too. So I think that we all should be held accountable per the Bible. And I think that God is specific in who he uses to pastor. Not everybody is called to that title.
Right. Because I can say I know how to lead, but I can't lead a church. You know what I mean? Like I know I'm good at
So you
what
can
I
lead
do.
situationally.
Yeah, like
For the moment.
for the situation, but a church, I know how to lead people to come to my church. That's my calling, or you know what I mean. But I don't
Discipleship, yeah.
know how to pastor a church. I think that's someone's special gift that God has put in place, and I want them to be at a higher standard. You know what I mean? Because they're leading me.
But please always remember, a pastor is human.
Absolutely.
They have feelings,
Absolutely.
emotions. They carry everyone's weight,
Oh my God.
And they're not allowed to show it.
and they will make mistakes.
Oh my God, and I'm totally for that because I understand that.
Yeah.
Like I know that we're human. I
And a
know
lot of
that.
churches fail because they think the pastor's supposed to be perfect.
No, I'm not saying he has to be perfect. I just feel like he has to be at a higher standard.
He
For
is
me
carrying
to-
the weight. He is carrying the
lot.
weight of what God gave him
Correct.
or her to say, you're leading. And with leading, there's a certain weight that you're taking.
And
I do
responsibility.
get that. But also, as followers, we do have to understand that they are human and
Yeah.
they will fail, they will falter. It is natural. It is natural. They are not Jesus. As much as we try to
Jesus
be
held
in
our
image,
weight of
we're
our
never gonna
sins.
be, you know.
Right?
I
So
agree.
that's how I feel like if they're that person, like they're holding that weight, and even that it even says that, like
Yeah.
you know, they believe that they have to be held on a higher standard. So I just feel like I agree to that. Now I'm not saying that they have to be perfect because I know no one's perfect.
I don't know if it's a higher standard. I think just a higher responsibility.
Yeah.
like they feel like more responsible for their followers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Than a higher
Yeah.
standard. Because I think we should be that way.
Well, and when you say higher standard, I get a picture of people putting them on a pedestal.
Yes.
And that's not what.
No, I'm
that's
not.
not what.
I
I know that's not what you mean.
Right.
But in saying that,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
when you say higher standard, it's there's a separation.
What's a synonym for standard?
And to me, it's
I
like
don't know,
when
but
you go
that's
to
what
a
I'm saying.
meeting or like a gathering over food, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna let the pastor pray over." Like, what? My prayer's not holy. You know, it's like
Yeah.
that thing, and that's
Like my message is not gonna get to the
right. Like my prayer over the food isn't gonna bless the food. Y'all gonna get food poisoning or
Right.
something, you know?
Right.
But that was going on.
Don't doubt my prayer.
But you know what I mean? Like
Oh,
that
yeah.
when we say, "Oh, held to a higher standard," I think that we all have different perceptions.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So I love all of these, but I was going through these parts and I have to ask these questions.
Oh,
I was
sure.
gonna tell you
Okay,
real quick, and we just say, okay, quickly.
That was
Gotta
gonna be
go.
our next one, but
Has social media made being a Christian harder?
Oh, yes,
Yes.
very much so.
yes,
Drop that
let's
one.
drop
Very
that one.
much so.
Let's drop that one. Absolutely.
How so?
Because they feel like us being Christians, if we say we're Christians, like we're trying to be like almighty. Like you even had that conversation with, a post just recently, right? Where they were like, oh, Christians just wanna like da 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 da, and it was like, no,
And I said, those are radical Christians. We're not trying to burn everyone in hell.
right?
We do.
That's not what we do. But social
That's
media,
their misconception.
I think it hypes cancel culture too. And back to the whole like, church online versus church in
Mhm.
person, like because of the C-19, like you're gonna go to Disney or Universal where it's rampant, but you're not gonna come to church for 1 hour.
yeah.
But it's okay to spend 10 hours in a park.
I just posted
Okay.
something about that.
So that's okay and acceptable. So it's like, you have to really
Or people being said, oh my God, I'm so against abortion. That's not right. And you're not addressing it, but you go to Disney. Or Starbucks. When Starbucks paid for their
Or
employees to have
Chick-fil-A.
it. They paid for their employees
Yeah.
to go to other states to have abortions.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I forgot about it.
wow. Do we have to repeat all that?
No,
Roll it back.
my voice projects. But you see what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, I need you to really think about it. Really think about, before you start doing this, I need you to do this.
Yeah.
Stop redirecting. We're not doing that.
And it's really
And I
easy
have-
to share a Bible verse, but
And not live it.
not live it, not actually read it, not
Mhm.
dissect it, not apply it to your own life. Oh, this sounds good. It makes me look good to everybody else.
And it's
But
the
I'm
digital
going-
era. Like you can
Oh, yeah.
repost something, but
Absolutely.
how often do you research where that post came down? You
Correct.
just reposted
Right.
it, or does it just sound good, look good, so you're gonna
Correct.
repost
You're in
it?
that moment.
You're in that moment, right?
Correct.
And it comes back to even the digital era of how we're raising this next generation.
Mhm.
It's okay to watch church online. It's okay to, retweet something without really dissecting the
Knowing
history
the
or
roots,
researching it
right.
behind it. It's
Mhm.
okay to do, and I'm not against reading the Bible digitally or on the app or
Right,
whatever.
right.
Hashtag, shout out to YouVersion for supporting that for us,
Yep.
making it available
They
anywhere and
do.
everywhere.
Yeah,
for all
I
of us,
literally
right?
have it open while I'm
But
at
there's something about opening the Bible and flipping the pages.
Yes.
Yes.
And I've
the
taught
smell
that
of the
in highlighting.
pages,
And-
the writing.
Yes.
I love
and
it.
I've taught that to my kid in the 21 Days of Prayer. She's like, "Can I borrow your phone?" And I'm like, "No, here's the Bible." And learning the books of the Bible, you go through it, right? And you research it and you look at that way. And if you don't like something, you can't just cancel. It's not like, "Oh, I didn't like that word in the Bible, God. Let me just erase it." Put
But
white
are
out.
we quick to
Yeah,
cancel
yeah.
though? Just not with religion or faith. We are quick to cancel.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If the platform that you were relaying your message to, what you're going through,
Mhm.
it would have been so easy to cancel you.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, with my life and my journey, when I went through, freedom, people could have canceled me.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Oh, you did what? You did what? You know what I mean? It's like, I think we're so quick to cancel. Why do we do that? Why?
Because we don't know any better. Like we are just in a world that it's easy to like delete, to judge,
But not only
don't want to
that,
mess with you.
It's easier
don't
to
follow.
delete than understand.
Yeah.
But now it's the shame we feel too in the
yeah.
in the fall, right?
Yeah.
So Eve ate from the apple and she was shamed. She felt shamed. She wasn't shamed. She felt shamed.
correct.
And so God used her story to redeem her and turn it for good. And God will use our stories and is using our stories to redeem us for good and to
Right.
have
Absolutely.
testimony through our
Mhm.
test, right?
Understood.
But there is still a shame and a guilt.
Yeah. But also,
Is that a woman guilt?
I don't know.
Is that a female
I'm
guilt?
not a man, so
Do
I
I
don't
men,
know.
know.
do
Yeah,
men
I know,
feel
but-
guilty?
I mean, I'm sure they do, but
No.
oh,
He's
okay,
like,
maybe
maybe
not.
not.
Maybe not.
He's like, this is a sisterhood.
He's like,
He's like, of course, but I think I think it's for us because because we put so much on our plate, like of our kids, our spouse, our jobs, our everyday life. Like we put so much on our plate that when something falls off our plate, we feel guilty.
Yeah. Why couldn't I handle 3,000 things today? You know?
I've done it
why?
before.
Is it because of the origin of Eve? Of her guilt?
Yes.
Maybe she felt guilty after the
girl.
fact. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. We're gonna talk when I get up there. I swear. Me and Eve are gonna have a one-on-one podcast.
Girl, you needed me or kids
You
to
know
be
what I'm saying?
alive.
Like, what's up?
She
girl?
gonna get up there and be like, hey Eve, what was your Enneagram?
Yeah. Were you an 8?
No, but think about it. Like I think a lot of women that I know that in my village and I communicate with, we feel real guilty. And the expectation is we are supposed to do that, and the man will come and go and be temporary, should he choose to. And
Because
so
we give them the option.
I was gonna say, I
that's
think
a guilt.
I feel-
I think
but
that's
I
a guilt.
think
Like
that's-
let me do it.
that's a cultural thing. We're losing trust in what the man's supposed to be in the household. The people don't want to talk about gender norms, but in the Bible it says this is what the man's
Ooh,
supposed
that's
to do,
another
this is what
topic.
the woman's supposed to do. But people don't want to accept that because
They don't want to accept their role.
well, because people take it to mean, oh, so I can't do what a man can do. Can you? Yes, but should you have to? No.
Yeah.
Like there's
It's
just a lot
okay. It's okay
that
for the
goes-
kids to come to you, to hug you,
Yeah.
like to want for you to nurture and hold. I'm not saying it's not okay for them to go to the dad,
No, I know.
but go to the dad to like. People get mad at me when I say this. A lot of single parents do, and I was a single parent. I had to learn this as I got older. It's I cannot teach my sons how to be a man.
Correct.
When a woman goes, I don't need no, and you don't need him, but you do.
Yeah.
That's God
Absolutely.
didn't intend for us to have one parent in the household,
No.
and you gravitate and you almost suck up and absorb certain things from each parent. But I can never teach my son how to be a man. I could teach them morals, I could teach them core values, but never how to be a man.
So, got another topic for another day.
You hear that, Erica?
But that's why.
Wow, name and all.
Okay.
She's her daughter, I can name her.
I
But
don't even know what to say.
working in the school system, you see that every day.
Every day.
You see how not having that strong male in the lives of these children is affecting the children in the hallways every single
Yes,
day.
yes. And me
Every
being a mother of an elementary school, I can see it even affecting
Too.
her because she'll come home and she'll be like, "This boy was da 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 to me," and
Correct.
my husband and I are like, "He likes her,"
Mhm.
and it's not okay for them to treat her that way
Correct.
because they like her.
Correct.
Correct.
But this is what they know to do.
Correct.
and it's wrong.
Yes.
It is.
Absolutely.
Instead of
So
showing that.
there's a lot that goes with that. But with the cancel culture too, I think people don't want to feel uncomfortable. So it's easier to unfollow or cancel or whatever than sit in the discomfort.
Or
of-
they're afraid of being canceled themselves.
And that's
Yeah.
why I think that social media harms
exactly.
us because if we don't like
She
something,
brings us back
we
to
flip.
topic. She's good.
know.
I'm sorry.
And she's
Yeah.
no, she's
You're
not.
right.
She's
That's
not.
okay. That's
Yes,
okay.
that's
Do
the
it
only
Brings us
person
back.
that in corporate America is like, all right, guys, well, we have 5 minutes left in our scheduled meeting. So if anybody has any questions, we'd
I'm like, can we add another? Everybody busy for the next 30?
Yeah.
Let's just add on. No, I know.
And I'm like, figure it out, people, because I need to go.
And
I need to go.
No, it is true. It is true.
Yeah.
We cancel quick because we're afraid we're gonna get canceled.
We're afraid we're going to get canceled. We're uncomfortable with whatever it is. And it's easier to say, so let's just ignore it instead of sit in our discomfort and see how can we fix it and make
Or
it
different
better.
perspectives. You know how many times we've talked on our podcast and I go, I never thought about it like that, right?
Yeah,
But it has to come from a good place.
difference of opinions.
Right?
And
Yeah. Don't chastise me and don't. It's like, wait, okay, I never thought about it like that. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Pure discussion.
Yeah.
And how many times have you heard like, oh, the truth hurts, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't really feel like our kids now are hearing that.
No.
If the truth doesn't hurt, you just go
They hear
find
a lot of
another truth,
variables.
right?
They
But they
hear a
make
lot of
their own
variables.
truth.
Yeah.
I mean, we told our kids, especially after games, etc. It's like we are going to be the only ones to tell you the entire truth. I love you so much. I'm going to tell you that you sucked at that game.
That game was horrible.
I don't know what you were thinking, bro. And people are like, oh,
Shout
you
out
shouldn't
to
do that.
He's playing a game right now and I'm missing it. That's fine.
But you go to all the time.
All the time.
Let the dad that's temporary sometimes or be there.
Wow.
It's fine.
I'm meditating. I heard that's good.
No, and it is. That's the guilt. So she's like, oh my God, I was like, first of all, his dad's here.
Yeah.
His dad doesn't live here. Let it be. It's okay.
It's like how I told you about being here on a Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
I could
have
be
to get
doing this
back,
with
I
the
could be
kids.
doing
And then I'm like,
kids.
relax, mommy, pick up your feet. She's like, this feels so good. Right? But
Yeah.
that's what
We don't know
Why
how
do
to
you feel
get-
guilty?
It was.
Because we don't know how to just be that other. We're trying to fill in what the other person's lacking.
But
sometimes.
then
Like,
We're
you
not
feel so-
submitting.
But also,
I
like,
kinda
then
likes it.
We're
I
not
kinda likes
submitting
it.
to what they should be doing.
But then I get mad at myself too, because I'm like, you know, if my husband can go play golf for 5 hours, nothing wrong against that. And we talk about, it's okay, it's on the calendar, go have fun,
As long as
whatever.
it's not you for 5
And
hours.
I'm like, it's fine, go, right? And then I'm like, but then when I go to a
Yeah.
sisterhood group for like 3 hours, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to get back home. I have a migraine. Like, what am I going to do? They're going
And does he feel guilty?
I'm sure he's having a blast. I'm sure he wishes he could be with the kids too, because he's a very involved father.
That's not what I'm saying. But I'm
But
saying
it's different.
It's different.
It is different.
It's not a guilt that I'm not present versus man. You know, I miss them.
Yes.
Missing them and being guilty for not being there are two different things.
100%.
And we don't do that. For me, I will be going on vacation for 10 days and I don't know what to do
Whatever.
with myself.
I feel like they're abandoning me.
No.
Me and Angel. That's what I
But
feel
I don't know what to do with myself. I'm like, what about this? Or what about that? What
I
about
also
this
feel
one?
like you didn't ask permission. Like, you
That's
told us in our chat that you weren't going to be gone for 10
You
days.
guys, I'm with them like at least twice a week. Like, and
Like,
it's
Oh
like,
my
wait,
God, like, what am I doing?
10?
yeah,
Yes,
exactly. Like,
yes.
did you put that in the chat?
No,
I'm
didn't.
sorry.
I didn't.
Your
I didn't.
PTO was
No,
a
it's so
reach
funny
out.
because I
She
thought
did
it was
not,
7.
because all of us are here like, wait, what?
Sorry, what?
I thought it was like
But that's
7
the-
days.
I
And she's
got
like,
you.
no, it's 10.
I
Thank
got
you.
I wrote
Thank
it down
you.
on my calendar.
Okay,
Hold on.
Good.
Here we go.
Good.
What
Okay,
is
so
it?
I'll go to your house
I
now.
leave, we leave Tuesday.
Oh, like this week coming. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Thanks for
the
telling
heads
us.
up.
Yes.
Yeah, she's kicking us out soon, so
Wait,
she
we
can go back.
It's fine.
Totally.
Me and Angel are gonna be like, I'm gonna come over here and just hang out with Angel.
I think
How
that
are you gonna be like, oh, if you need to come over to the house, just bring your baby with you. And you know
After the 10 days. Well, my mom
Before,
will be here. I actually asked Jazz to sleep over. Well, he asked Jazz to stay over. Just to kind of help out
Yeah.
and watch and
That's-
maneuver and everything.
But you know what? It's,
She's
in
a
all
mini-me.
reality, it's good.
No,
You
no,
need it.
I told her that. I
You
told
need
her
it.
But that's the guilt.
Yeah.
That's the
You
guilt.
need
I'm gonna be gone for 10 days. When was the last time we did that? I'm nervous. He's like,
But see, different. Remember, it's the squiggly line life I was telling you about.
Mm-hmm.
The guys, it's just A to B. How fast can I get there? And the women, it's like A to B, but I gotta pack this. I can't forget this.
Yeah.
Let me make a casserole. If they can
Yeah.
pop it in the oven, that's dinner for 2
So-
days. Let me leave some cash. Here's the Wi-Fi password. Here's
and I'm in my mind, I'm like, okay, I need to shop to make sure. We need to pack make the
Yeah,
dogs food, and we need to. He's like, they're fine. Everything's fine. Wow.
Yeah.
Are they though? Like,
Yeah.
my fine is
she's
his
gonna
fine,
be
two
on the
different things.
plane, like, oh my god.
Y'all better WhatsApp me. I don't know if I have international.
She'll be like, oh my god, I forgot Lola and Luna don't have food for that extra day because just in case we get there late. I'm like, I can totally see her like, kid, can you go make sure that Angel puts some food? And then
But
I'm
the thing
like,
is that boils down to the guilt thing.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't care about that stuff.
go.
And no offense, like, so Angel's like, okay, I go to work for one day, and then I come back, I'm like, oh, Bobby, what'd you eat? McDonald's.
Did you
Okay.
therapy?
What else did you eat? That's it. Kid? What? In my mind, like, he should have eaten 3 times. He should have iced every hour. And he's like, he ate.
And this will be
Right?
this will
And
be
I have to
God
go.
showing her how to submit to her sisterhood to see if she'll reach out to us.
If she needs us, that's right.
Yeah,
10
that is
days
true.
away, not
That is
here.
true.
Are
Yeah.
you gonna reach out to one of them and say, "Can you do me a favor?" You ain't bothering any of us.
I
I
know.
told you that numerous times.
Yeah.
But in my freedom class, it's obvious that vulnerability is an issue for me.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you have gotten better though.
Have I?
She has.
I do think you have grown.
You
Yeah.
have, you have.
Good. I'm just like,
You're still an 8, but you know.
but I'm a healthy, I feel.
I mean,
the other person didn't think I was
Other people
healthy.
think otherwise. That's what
You a cute 8.
Oh, the helicopter! The helicopter!
Yeah,
we're ready.
I know. But anything you guys want to talk about or pray about before we close out our first
Sisterhood podcast.
No,
Brunch
that's
edition.
amazing.
Yes,
That is good. I
Just
really
make
feel
sure-
like Diana needs to think this up.
Just make sure you go back and write down all the extra podcasts, topics that were dropped during this one.
Oh, we don't ever mention it. You just see the video.
Mm-hmm.
We talk a lot.
No, but I'm saying for future ones, so you know what topics to cover. Because
Oh yeah. But see, the
There's
thing
a
is,
lot
I
of
think
them.
for us, our creativity is so like amazing in our like our uniqueness and our vulnerability, right? So it's really nice to just like have these type of conversations of just free.
It goes
just,
to your name. You're off
It's
topic.
we are,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
are,
for
we
sure,
are
for sure.
definitely.
There are times though I'm like, I don't know if we should talk about that.
And I'm like, talk about it,
That's
girl.
probably what you do need to talk about, right?
I know. And we've gotten better at that.
Yeah.
I have. And so it's weird because some people go, okay, so you're here with your faith, and Kim's like, right here with your faith. How do you work that? I'm like, perfectly. Nice.
You try to bring her down and bring her up.
Yeah,
Like,
not down or up, but you make me look at things differently,
I do.
right? Because down has a negative connotation,
Oh,
it does.
and so it's like I look at things differently. There was one time where I apologized to you on the podcast.
You know, and I want to make sure
Not
we
about
like.
the highway,
Oh
about
no,
the
no,
gay
no,
part. Wow, you are so in yourself with that. DJ Nasty, shout out to DJ Nasty. He's like, she's right. There's only two lanes in the highway.
Thank you.
He texted me. He's like, I was like, no, it depends on the lane that you're like, where in the highway you're at. Because I thought the turnpike was 3 lanes.
Okay.
She's like, no, it's 2. I'm like,
I go down there a lot.
it's fine.
Right now,
Our
I'm not
turnpike?
going.
Yeah.
The Florida Turnpike.
No, but when you
go
get
down
off,
to, if you're
It
going down
depends
to
on where you're
Miami,
at.
it depends on where you're at.
Right. And he's like, you need to apologize to her.
I did say that.
And I was
I
like,
said once you get to like past
we could rewind.
the Florida,
Well,
the
if you're coming
Miami
from
area,
the east side, when you get to Winter Garden, that exit, Ocoee, whatever, it's 3 lanes.
Right, but it's normally 2. She said it was 3 all the time. It's only because we were talking about speed, on the highway. Anyway, you gotta watch that episode. But what I do appreciate is that, again, I probably said this already, but the sisterhood has made me be a better, Christian.
Yep.
Right? A better sister to others, because before I was very what's a good word? After all the trauma I had.
You were reserved.
That's a good one. Reserved, edgy.
You were.
I was very edgy with other females around me. So this actually helped me be better. So I appreciate that.
I mean, your spirit's still stirred when you're around certain people.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's
Yes.
nothing.
They really stir me up, don't they? They makes my
And then
hair
I
go
look
up.
at her and go, but why? But what? She's like, did you see? Where's that space between judgment and
But
patience?
see what we were talking about earlier, and she was like, "Did you catch that?" And I was like, "No, I didn't catch that." She was like, "I did." I was like, "Oh."
I'm very observant. So here's the thing: I'm very observant of a lot of things, and like I've been very like, okay. Before I used to just react. Now I'm in a space where I'm like, okay, let me chill out. Let me look. Let me observe. And then I will speak on it. Yeah, I'll be like, there's a problem. And I really want to put my paws on her. So you tell me, what should I do? Like, what do you think Jesus wants me to
What
do?
do people see this? They think I tell you what to do, but I really don't.
No.
You ask me,
guide
and then
me.
it's up to you if you're gonna do what I'm telling you.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm still, human.
100%.
Yes. I still do things that you're like, Kim.
And then I go, why'd you do that?
It's funny.
Why'd you
It's
say
fun.
that?
It's fun.
Today. I was like, so that's not how that went. No, literally, before y'all got here, she said, no, but that's, and I said, but that's not how it was perceived. I'm almost positive. She looked at the text, go,
You're
right to me.
right.
I was like,
I said, I could get that. That makes
that
sense.
is not how that person took that text.
I'm gonna stop now while I'm ahead, and I'm just
She said,
I didn't want to do with it no more, but I just want to say thank you guys so much, for
it was awesome.
sharing your stories and your opinions, and being Christian-like, and being just the best people that you can be. And thank you so much for pouring into my cup, and I hope I can pour into your cup. So I appreciate that so much. So on behalf of offTopik podcast, I don't know if you have to say something.
SisterHood. Did I get up? I don't know. SisterHood. We need to come up with it's not a gang sign.
No.
It's not.
First of all, it could be SisterHood gang. It doesn't have to be like, Crips and Bloods, like none of that.
No,
But it could be SisterHood. Like, we
God
gotta come up with
gang.
that.
God gang.
God gang.
GG.
GG in the hood.
Peace out.
Oh my God. All right, signing off. Thank you. Bye.
Take